Well, quite clearly we are all going to together have a pretty interesting time over the next 6 or 7 months working with Göran on this residency and all of the partners who are leading it with him. We don't have very long. We've got only now about 10 minutes. We wanted to open the mics to anyone who would like to raise an issue that they think is important. This is not the time to ask Göran questions about South Australia because he's still learning about it. But if anybody is burning to say, please pay attention to this issue while you're here, please feel free to come up and say so now. We'll just take 2 or 3 suggestions because we're a bit out of time.
Thanks, Professor. Dan Moriarty, Productivity Australia. There's a question that's arisen in the manufacturing excellence community over the recent years. There's a belief that some believe we're coming to the end of the Industrial Revolution because it's the issue of prosperity without growth. Mm-hmm. So I presume innovation can be applied, and that's the only way I can see that we're going to be able to improve prosperity without our addiction to growth. My question is, are there opportunities to be a leader in this area? Because no one's really doing it yet.
2 questions in one. Firstly, can you achieve economic growth without having other types of growth? And the answer is yes. We can always get more out of less, which is what it is. So we can have 0 growth in other areas or negative growth in other areas, but still have economic growth. No argument about that. Can you become a leader in this? I would say you can become a leader in some niches of these, because this is very broad. It's a very broad area, and you don't have the local resources to cover the whole width, but you have the ability to become a leader in some of those areas. Absolutely, all places have. It's a matter of who takes that opportunity to do that. Just to take an example, the country that I originate from, Sweden, has a greenhouse gas emission now, which is the lowest in the world per capita. It's actually, as a complete country, the total economic greenhouse gas emission from everything you can reflect upon in Sweden is less than that emitted by the population in Bangladesh breeding. Okay, so there is an issue about you can get quite far, and we're still on path to reduce this. We have a path of a negative greenhouse gas emission environment. That's the governmental objective, and that can be achieved because we have a lot of forests.
This has been a terrific introduction, Göran. Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Clearly it's going to be interesting to apply this knowledge that Göran brings from around the world to the specifics of South Australia, working with the leaders in South Australia on this question of how we're going to construct a good future for the state. May I just point out to you that we've got an unprecedented amount of work in the Thinkers in Residence group at the moment, and a lot of fine people coming back to South Australia. I've got a bit of a dream to inject a bit more juice into this program and its influence across the state. I really want to invite parents, aunties, uncles, grandparents to start bringing young people to some of our events. I don't want to see audiences full of people over 35, over 40. I would really like to see young people coming. So can I ask you if any of the areas of road safety or a new partnership between government and citizens or growing vibrant communities through transport has any interest for you, or you think it might be of interest to your grandchildren or sons and daughters or 15-year-olds and 14-year-olds, I would love you to come and bring them to our free events and then go out to tea afterwards and yak about it and see what happens. I think that's a great way of leveraging the strength of the ideas that are brought to us by these fantastic thinkers. So, Göran, thank you so much. That was wonderful, and thank you everyone for coming and spending time with us tonight. Bye-bye.